Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Heavy Tones, the channel all about going low and heavy. And in this video, let's take a look at Solemn Tone's new bass instrument, which is the Kraken Hybrid. Now this is based off a 5-string Music Man bass with some added features. But before getting into that, let me first play through a song of a full mix with this bass in the song so you get an idea of what it sounds like. Now in the song, I have pushed the bass up slightly so that you can hear it, and then after the song, I'll show you what the plugin can do. And just as a surprise, I start the song off in drop F and test out going really low with this instrument where I go down to double drop C. So let me check you after the song. Great stuff, so I hope you enjoyed that song. Before getting into looking at the plugin, if you're new to this channel, please click on that subscribe button. I'd highly appreciate your support. And don't forget to click on that notification bell as well to be notified of future videos. And if you like the song, I have uploaded this to most streaming platforms. So you can just go to your streaming platform of choice, type my name, which is Gary Hibner, and the song is called Deep Swirl. Also, as you can see, I've got some branded shirts here, so if you want to support this channel, you can grab some of these shirts. I'll leave a link to my online merch store. You can go there and grab them, and anything that comes through from merch or streaming services goes right back into the channel, because I just want to keep on doing some awesome content for you guys. Now, let's check out that plugin. So this is just the website, just giving you details. So it's a Kraken Hybrid bass. This is what the interface looks like, the price on the plugin. As you can see, it's sampled after a Music Man Bongo 5 HH bass, and it's been tracked through some different hardware and signal chains to give you different sound qualities. You don't need contact, which is a bit of a plus. You just got this interface that you have to use. And you can take a look at their website. I'll leave a link in the description to read up some more details on this plugin. But let's get into my DAW and what you can do with the software. So I'm using Studio One for this. Here is the UI. It's pretty simple looking. You've got different presets of different sounds. On this instrument over here, I'm going to just play through the different presets, and then I'll get into what I've done with the bass sound on this instrument. So let me play this back. Let me open up the interface. On here, I've got the Gnarly 666 patch, but I'll go through these others. In the description, I'll give details on what was done with each of these patches. But for now, I'm just going to play through so you can hear the sound of them. So this is the Gnarly 66. The Kraken Forge. The Thick Hard Rock. Kraken Glass. Planet Saturn. And then the Clean DR. So now let me go back to this first track here and show you what processing I've done to the Clean DR track and the bass sound that I've gone for in this song. So I have used a Clean DR on my main bass track, And then I've used a signal chain of some plugins to get the sound that I like. I've used Tone Hub using an Ampeg SVT to give me the tone that I'm used to. And let me just play through this and then I'll get through some of these presets. So this is the bass without any of the plugins. So I'll just play it by itself. I've got some pitch bend happening over here. And then I've added a compressor, some amp emulation, an EQ, some extra saturation, and another compressor, and you've got this. And hearing that with the guitars. Here is the drums and just the guitars, so you can hear what impact the bass is or isn't having. So this is the guitars and just the drums. And now with the bass. What I do want to show you is the plugin comes bundled with quite a selection of articulations that you can do via key switching. So if you click here on info, this shows you all the key switches. And you can set up these key switches by either inputting a note just before the note that you want to switch the key or switch the articulation. And that's going from G-2 all the way up to A0. These are your typical articulations that have been included in other Solemn tone instruments. And what's unique are these key switches over here. It's got some slide modes. Hybrid stable gives you quite a full sound. So if you had alternate picking, you just hear the picking, but with hybrid stable, it really gives you this nice full bass sound. And if you click on this Swift button, it forces the hybrid stable. But I've actually turned off Swift and have input in or drawn in the articulation for the hybrid stable. Then you've got some sort of finger-picked sounds. You've got some hammer-on pull-offs, some mutes, and some scrapes. But what's really cool is there's some slap sounds in this. And I'll show you where I've included some slaps in this song. What I've done my side in Studio One is I've made a key switching articulation map over here. So if I just scroll across here, you can see it's set to hybrid stable. And then when I go across here, I've input some different articulations. So this does a fast slide into a thumb slap, then back to the hybrid stable. So here are all the key switches, and I'm just going to play through just a bit before here so you can hear that slap and that slide. So I will solo that bass, and here we go. And then further down, here I've got a left-hand percussive sound and then the thumb slap. Now that doesn't really sound like much, but if I go away from this, just play that section with the drums and the guitars. Now with that bass, with those articulations, you get this. Here it's going to happen over again. So that's pretty cool, just giving you that extra detail in your sound. So you're not just sticking to one bass tone or one bass sound, you can add in these different articulations to give some more realism to the performance. And what's even better is if you go into playing mode, here you can do some extra things to give sort of a more humanization to your performance. What I really like is this human error section here, where you can add in some string noise, some left-hand noise, and some mute sounds, or sorry, mute noise. So if I take this off and play back this bass, now add it in. Maybe increase that noise. You can hear that sort of muting noise going on as you would move between the frets on the bass. So it's really nice having these extra features just to give that sort of humanization element where it doesn't just sound like a MIDI bass. This changes some of the bend intensity, the decay of the notes, and if your guitar is slightly out of key, you can use this to shift the tuning to get it into key more. Also, there's a force slap mode. So if you're playing back, you can force the slap. And you have different modes of changing that. And then finally, you can adjust the tone where you've got your low, mid, high, and air to give some different sound. But what's really nice is this enforce button here. So what it does is it can add some sort of sub-digital waveform underneath to enhance the low end. You've got your sine wave, a square wave, or a saw waveform, and adding that in will just give that oomph that you need in your bass. I've gone really low in this bass, so I really don't need that, so I'm going to leave it off. But what I have done is on this instrument over here, I've added another instance of Kraken because it drops to a low C on the bass here. And just that gets really low, the bass articulation, you lose a bit of the detail. So I've actually doubled it up with the bass playing an octave higher. So check this out. I'm just going to play it where it drops here. So this is an F, and here we go into low C. That's really just really, really low. But to accentuate that and give more detail, I've added in the higher bass. So you actually can hear that bass there. But what I've done there is I've used the enforce with a sine waveform to give more low-end detail to that higher played bass. That's without it, and now with it. Okay, so to finish off, I've done 3 bass tracks in the song. I've got the clean DR with my choice of signal processing for that DR clean sound. I've got another track over here with the same signal chain that's playing an octave higher when it goes into that low C. And then I've used a third bass using the gnarly 666. So let me play just before here with all 3 bass sounds, and you can hear them, and then I'll play back the song again so you get the whole thing in context of a mix. The drop. And you hear all that string noise giving that human error. So lastly, let me now play through again from the beginning so you've got that bass sound in your ear and you can hear how everything is mixed together in the song. Here we go. Let me jump to the end here. And then the drop. Ooh, that's low. So that's the Kraken bass. Great stuff. So that covers it for the plugin. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button. Add some comments if you want, letting me know what you thought of the bass and what else you'd like covered on this channel. I'll check you in another video.